Well, jury selection is underway in Los Angeles for convicted movie mogul Harvey Weinstein's second sex crime trial. In this case, Weinstein faces 11 charges, accusing him of sexually assaulting 5 women over the span of nearly a decade. He has pleaded not guilty, but if convicted, he faces life in prison in California. Now, Weinstein is already serving a 23-year sentence for rape and sexual assault in New York. He appealed that conviction, and a New York appeals court will hear his case. NewsNation's Rich McHugh is one of the journalists who helped expose Weinstein back in 2017. He and his colleague, Ronan Farrow, worked on the story for nearly a year at NBC before it was shut down. But ultimately, the New Yorker magazine published their report. It went on to win the Pulitzer Prize. Rich, we thank you so much for joining us. Of course, excellent reporting. And of course, by now, most people are aware of the horrific things that Weinstein did and was convicted of. But what new revelations are we expecting to learn in this trial?
Well, I think people thought that this Weinstein matter was over, seeing that he was sentenced to 23 years in prison. Few people really realized that that conviction could be overturned. The New York Court of Appeals has ruled that he will get an appeal sometime this spring. So all of a sudden, this case in Los Angeles, which was said to be largely symbolic, or that's how people looked at it, now is actually very relevant. The case involves 5 women who are going to testify. There's more women who are going to testify, but 5 women with actual charges. The accusations are more extensive than the New York trial, for sure, one including forcible rape. So it's very, if he's convicted, he could go away for 140 years. Those are the total number of years. There's lots at stake in this new trial. Nichole.
Absolutely. And that new trial in California. Let's talk about the New York trial, though. You wrote about it in Vanity Fair. You've interviewed victims. Tell us about some of their stories.
Well, some of the people I've interviewed and some of the people I've talked to in the process, it turns out that they are the women who are testifying in this Los Angeles case are being referred to as Jane Does. Jane Does 1 through 5. It turns out I've actually talked at length with one of them, who I believe is going to be the main witness in this case. When I spoke with her in 2017 and 2018, her case is just horrific. The story is of forcible rape. It happened in a hotel in Los Angeles in 2013. If a jury hears that, I cannot imagine that they would not convict him. It also was revealed today that the governor of California's wife, Jennifer Siebel Newsom, is Jane Doe number 4. Her attorney, Beth Fagan, confirmed that to me, and I want to read a statement from her that she just provided me a couple hours ago. She says, "Like many other women, my client was sexually assaulted by Harvey Weinstein at a purported business meeting that turned out to be a trap. She intends to testify at his trial in order to seek some measure of justice for survivors, and as part of her life's work to improve the lives of women. Please respect her choice not to discuss this matter outside of the courtroom." There you have it.
All right, Rich McHugh, excellent reporting as always, and thank you. Well, thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.